So we ain't really never had no old money. We got a whole lot of new money though. Raindrops, drop top, drop.
Week 2 is upon us. Do not hate on the helmet. I actually have a concussion. I'm just protecting myself in case of any head injuries. I literally have a headache as we speak. It's going to be a couple weeks before I'm completely healed up from the docks. Banged my head pretty hard yesterday coming out of my vehicle. There is a strain right now going through my head, so there's no excuses. I'm going to still produce like I always do every week, but just in case, just wanted to let everyone know my brain is mush. So first thing, let's just go into week 2. Week 2's another eventful week for us here. Sorry I'm not as excited as I should be. I just been run down last 2 days, kind of banged up. But, you know, we're here. We're going to survive. We're going to make it on to week 3 and just worry about every week from here on out. You know, rain or shine, concussion or no concussion. This is a concussion gate. I'm not saying it's an excuse, but, you know, I am feeling under the weather. So first matchup was obviously me versus Barry. Classic case, the best team in the league wins again. Barry's 0-2, 167 to 146. El Chapo beats Punson, you know what's 109 to 91. ELE easily beats RG3-Way 159 to 90. We got Clothing Optional getting their first win against Barry's Beach Sox 137 to 104. And then we also have Tom's Loyal Disciples going 2-0, the only other 2-0 team in the league. Mahomies going down 147 to 124. And we also have Papa J's Kool-Aid finally getting a win, knocking Cam into the losers bracket 128.45 to 112.13. Classic case, we had some big news this week, some pretty eventful stuff happening. One of the biggest trades I've seen so far in the League of Gentlemen, most star-packed trade offer I've seen. So we got Clothing Optional trading away Antonio Brown, Breda, Cooks, and Gurley for Eckler, Jackson, Johnson, and Jackson. Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Jackson from Mahomies. I think Greg ended up with a little bit of a better trade here. He did give away a lot of his running backs, but it seems like Melvin Gordon is coming back. So I can see where he's dishing out there, and I can also see where Clothing Optional wanted to make sure he had all the running backs he needed for the rest of the season, especially with Antonio Brown being a question mark for every week going forward. I think this trade is going to end up working better for Mahomes just for the fact that he has Josh Gordon as a handcuff, and he has every Kansas City Chiefs player under the sun. Other than that, I've been trying to trade all week. No one wants to trade with me. It's been a tough time. So let's just go right now into the next part of the segment. You guys always know it's the Dumbass Sit of the Week, Dumbass Manager of the Week, and then Manager of the Week. Of course, I drafted New England. I'd say that's the manager move of the week. 2 weeks in a row, they're going to drop over 20 points. I drafted them for that specific reason, that they were going to be a powerhouse, not just this week or the week before. I think they're just going to be an all right top 2, top 3 defense all season. So I'm going to give myself that one. And then the dumbass of the week would also have to be El Chapo again for trading Zeke away. So we're just going to keep that rolling there. I don't have the tally. My brain is mush, like I said, so I won't be able to give that. But let's just go right into the power rankings, 12 through 1, 12, 11, 10, down the line. I think this week we can see that Punson, you know what's, is number 12. We don't even have to discuss that. I think the 8 through 11 guys in our league, you can flip-flop them wherever you want. It really doesn't matter. But the number 11th best team, worst team in the league, I would say, right now would be Barry's Beach Sox. He has a lot of injuries. His team actually doesn't look as strong as it should be. First week he did get a win. He should be easily 0-2 if El Chapo was in lackluster last week at the end of the stretch there. At number 10, we can give it to RG3-Way. RG3-Way's team looking a little soft. He says he's not worried, but dropping 90 points in a week is terrifying. I don't think I've done that ever. At number 9, we got El Chapo. El Chapo's 9 through 12 the rest of the year. Every week, his team's just going to look weaker and weaker just because of that Zeke trade. At number 8, we have B Money. B Money's team has no running backs, no depth there. He has some wideouts, but obviously can't win a game without the running backs. So, at number 7, we have Papa J's Kool-Aid at number 7. He did trade for Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon's looking like a dud right now. He is number 7. He's 1-1. No question, he still has a good team, but right now I'm not really favoring him to be a playoff team, unfortunately. But, he always comes back and does some magical stuff, so we'll see how that goes. At number 6, we have Ned Stark's kids. His team is really good. I'm not saying they're not good, but right now, there is some question marks. Le'Veon Bell's playing New England this week. I don't see him dropping a lot of points. His wideouts, T.Y. Hilton, I say his quarterbacks, At number 5, we do have, I think I messed up here. Was that number 5? Oh God, I'm all over the place. You know how it goes. Number 4, ELE. I think I did 5. Yeah, everyone else has been picked. Number 4, we have ELE. This team is good, very good team. One of the better teams in the league. Sorry, I'm just mush. I got my little crickets in the garage. That's where I do my videos. At number 3, we have Mahomes. I know it seems like we're going right down the list this week, but my brain is mush. I'm having a tough time right now just trying to fight through this. At number 3 is Mahomes. He did make a great trade. I think his team is now a top 6 team for the rest of the year. I don't see him not making the playoffs just because of how Mahomes throws the ball. Greg does have a team that's definitely going to make the playoffs this year, which is congrats to you. I'm already booking it. Greg's make the playoffs. So that $1,000 bet between him and B Money. B Money is definitely looking at the bottom half. B Money literally has to probably go the rest of the season 9-2. 9-2. He needs to at least be 9-4. I think Greg's team's going to end up being 8-5. 7-6 I don't see happening. So 8-5, I think that's going to be an 8-win column for him. So B Money is definitely going to have to go on a 9-game out of 11 to pull it off. And then we got Tom's Loyal Disciples at number 2. Obviously, he is a 2-0 team. The two Faria brothers, top of the league. No question about it. It is pretty tough right now. I got the lights blaring at me, struggling terribly. 2-0, 285 points so far this year. One of the top points performances in the last 2 weeks. But you know why we're here. We're here to talk about the number 1 team. Of course, it's me. 342 points. The next closest team in points for is roughly 50 points away from me. My team is literally running everyone out. I said last week I was going to dominate Barry. I dominated Barry. This week I'm saying now I'm beating Ned Stark. It sucks when you have to have 150 points projected, but you're playing someone with a little bit higher projected points. Just shows that, I have a tough schedule, but regardless, I'm going to still pull it off. I just think myself as a 3-0 team already. If I don't win, it's because of the migraine and the headaches and the constant pressure on my brain. I think my brain swelled a little bit. The doctor did confirm that. Don't be too worried. I am fine, but obviously this is something we're going to have to watch in the next couple weeks because obviously I might make some managerial decisions that just don't seem too smart. So I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing the greatest I can. Next piece, we just went through the power rankings, which was pretty easy. We can do a weekly pick'em this week. I feel like we can do definitely a weekly pick'em. So we got Goodell equals Hitlers versus Ned Starks. We already know Goodell equals Hitler. El Chapo versus ELE. We got a 1-1, 1-1. El Chapo, like I said, projected 123 points this week. ELE 147. That's an easy dub. When you're projected to be 20 points underdog, you really got to outperform, and he would have to underperform by a significant amount for you guys to actually keep up. So B Money versus Barry's Beach Sox. I think this is finally B Money's coming out week. I think he finally wins a game. Barry's Beach Sox looking weak, has no tight end depth. He has Hunter Henry as an IR. He had a couple injuries last week. I just think Luke's team's looking pretty struggle right now, unless Melvin Gordon comes back, obviously. At number the the next match is punts and you know what's versus clothing optional 130 to 128. You know, it's funny. I like Pat's team a little bit better. He has no wideouts anymore. He's starting Cobb. Deshaun Jackson is his actual wide receiver too, which is kind of ridiculous. I think he definitely has the running back situation, you know, squared away. I just think Conti's team is literally the worst team to ever be drafted. He hasn't even done any adds and drops or trades. That's the team he started with, which is pretty embarrassing. We got Tom's Loyal Disciples versus Papa J's Kool-Aid. 129 to 128 is I think this is going to be the closest matchup of the week. Slammers, I hope he ends up with the win. I hope he goes 3-0. It would be great to see him at 3-0. But Papa J's Kool-Aid, this is such a tough matchup. This is a 4.5 spread. I'm going to give it to Tom's Loyal Disciples. And then we got Mahomes versus RG Three-Way. RG Three-Way had a 90-point week last week, projected 151 this week. I think this is going to be one of the this is the matchup of the week, I think, because this is really going to show if Greg loses, he's going to be 1-2 with B Money possibly winning. That'd be 1-2. They'd be squared up. GB definitely needs this W just to, you know, get things rolling again. So we'll see how that goes. Other than that, you know, it's Jacksonville and Tennessee tonight, Sunday. Dana Farber, Jimmy Fun Walk going down. We'll be in Boston. Most of you guys are coming to hang. Thank you as well to that. Other than that, I hope you guys are all having a great week. God bless. I hope everyone has a good week, except Ned Stark's team. Obviously, I am 3-0 against him in the last 2 seasons. Obviously, if I lose this week, it's, you know, laws of large numbers that eventually something would happen that I would lose. But losing in the regular season is not a big deal. Obviously, I have him in the playoffs every year. So once again, thank you so much. Hopefully this concussion can simmer down a little bit. I am a little banged up, like I said, but I'm going to produce a video for everybody. I hope everyone was on GB's picks last week. I did give out some free plays, and no one actually, you know, retweeted, liked, or said GB10 is the man. You guys could have easily been up a couple dollars, but of course, it's up to you guys. It's viewer discretion. But of course, thank you again for hundreds of views last week, over 20 subscribers. It's just another great week. Again, thank you guys. Hopefully week 3 will be good. Week 4, we're going to be looking for some special guests. Of course, if Pat actually wins 2 in a row, we might have him on. If Punts and You Know What's wins, we might have him on. I haven't had him on once. He's never asked me to, so hopefully he wants to. As always, thank you again, guys. It is 7 o'clock. This video will be produced right before the next game. And of course, like always, thank you so much. God bless, and hopefully, you know, my concussion goes away, because I'm struggling. Peace.